It's time to go into Virtus Pro versus Go Esports, a match that once upon a time would have been incredibly one-sided, but unfortunately fortunes change and, well, let's just say Virtus Pro has changed as well quite a bit. VP versus Go, the Polish Derby. Let's get straight into it. I'm not really sure which one I'd favor to come out on top because Go has definitely got a couple of players who you need to keep an eye out for, but Virtus Pro, at the end of the day, always has my heart. On a map like Train, I'm interested to see what Sparrow can do. He's obviously been a player that had long been touted as he should be joining VP. This is even before Virtus Pro started really going on its very rapid downhill decline. Of course, you stopped hearing about him as much per se afterwards, and both him and Furlan are some of the big boys. But this roster has been together for quite a while, and you can't say the same for Virtus Pro, who themselves have been infamously poor online. So who you favor over here really is a coin flip, and let's see which way the coin lands. Wow, starting off with a couple of flashbangs and an incendiary. Snacks himself also having a Molotov, actually. Surprisingly enough, they might be going for just the post-plant play, where they rely on Go having expended that smoke. Furlan with a kit and that smoke over towards the B side, though, might be very weird. And there goes the utility over towards the A side. Grubby playing that long range angle to be 2000. Not the USBs might not be as effective, but as I say that, he's got 4 kills. What in the world is that? I had to go and say that he wouldn't be very effective, didn't I? You've got yourself 5 quick kills, an ace to start things off. Grubby coming in swing. On one end, it's a shame that I ended up calling that out, but on the other end, that is pretty cool though, you have to admit. I have the ability to invoke aces. It's great stuff. If only I could use that in my games. Virtus Pro though, they're choosing not to buy up anything beyond the P250 in the hands of Bialy. Probably the right move to make. A flashbang would have been quite helpful at the very least to try and get a bomb down towards B side. Now, interestingly enough, actually, Go doesn't have that much presence towards B. The only person who's really defending it is going to be Grubby, who's got that ramp locked down, but now he's got some teammates coming through. Will the bomb go down is a question. It seems like Twow's already on the side. He's dialed in the numbers and he's checked down the bomb. Now that it's down, it's a 5 versus 1, and now the 5 versus none. But at the end of the day, Virtus Pro come out on top. They're able to get the bomb plant down. Grubby, being the only person over towards the B side, does end up paying the price. Now VP, because of that one bomb plant, you've got full utility, you've got an AWP for Snatchy as well. Surprisingly enough, you've managed to afford armor too. This is a very good buy coming through from VP. I didn't expect it to be this full, but it seems like Twow has given up a little bit of utility, a little bit of armor himself to be able to help out his team get to the point they need to. Now, remember, Go did save up all 5 of their guns from the previous round, so even if their buy seems lackluster right now, they can afford to lose a round over here. Caper getting aggressive, has gained control over team main, but that means that they need to realize Ivy is where they fall more liable towards risks. Caper too, if he gets overwhelmed, he's only got an MP5, not the best in the closest of range. MP9 would have been a little bit more interesting to see, but of course he has to take the gun forward than he had in the previous round. Similarly, Furlan, he's the man with an MP9. A flashbang will prevent him from actually pushing forward as his own teammate ends up flashing him. Not working out too well. Caper, he hears them coming, he knows where they are, he finds one, he could almost lined up for 2. Bialy's actually the one who takes down Mihu. Bialy even going forward for more. Snatcher with the AWP coming into play does take down Sparrow. Now Snatchy sees him though through the smoke, does take down Grubby, and that leaves PHR and Furlan alone versus 3. Furlan, MP9 hugging the inside of the bomb site. PHR though coming in from the side. But the farmers at the ready could get a few kills. But it seems like they're rotating away. They're choosing smart. They're choosing wisely. PHR picks up an AK-47, but they don't have kits. They might even be considering saving these guns. If Furlan can upgrade that MP9, then it's very worth it. The only person you really want to take down right now is Snatchy with the AW. And Snacks coming in from behind. AK at the ready. 2 versus 2 now. PHR does find that first kill. Snatchy's down and out. That's the op. Out of commission. Snacks coming in from the side. Needs to back up Bialy because Bialy is down and out. Furlan with his back turned around will be executed. 2-1. Virtus.pro get themselves on the board, but they lose a lot of players doing so. Remember, a go, like I said, they can buy up this round, and now VP won't have an AWP, they won't have full utility, and they definitely won't have the best of chances in this round. Now, whether or not they're prepared for that, we'll have to wait to see, but a go, on the other hand, they've got themselves 2 AUGs, no op, but that's still quite a hell of a buy coming through from the CTs. PHR's down and out. Sparrow playing from the back. Grubby. Gotta be careful. Some disconnections coming in. It seems like we're going to be having a technical pause pretty soon. But before that, we have to play out this round. Remember, the first kill has gone the way of Virtus.pro, so you can't reset the round. Damage has been dealt. Blood has been spilt. Unfortunately, some of it is Grubby's, as he is now playing slightly more defensively towards the B side. Not an angle that I've seen before, actually. But this defensive positioning has allowed Virtus.pro to posture themselves towards B. They've still got control of Ivy, they've still got reasonable control of team main, so a go can't really seem to rotate towards the B side too easily. Twao, though, smoking forward, flashing in as well. This could be the signal for VP to start moving through towards B. Furlan, long range with the AUG, trying to get a couple of kills, barely missing his bullets. They're all being a little bit unlucky, it seems like. Furlan smoked off yet again. 2-1 VP going in very quickly. Grubby's got the M4, but he can't get a single kill with it. From behind comes through Furlan. Still not able to find the heads that he's looking for. Twao takes him down with the AK long range. Caper does respond on the Snacks, but these are players towards the A site. And no, that is the bomb gone. 12 seconds on the clock. VP, they've managed to get another kill, but Caper needs to be brought down, and he's hiding away for his life and for the round. 4 seconds on the clock. VP still hunting. Can they find it? Twao sees him. Twao takes him down. VP barely win that round. What an absolute stunner from VP. I have to say that came down to at most, 0.5 seconds, maybe even slightly lower. It's a game of milliseconds at that point, and VP wasn't able to take him down, or if Twao took a slightly longer time spraying, this would be a different round. This could be an entirely different game. With that one round, a go now is short on money. They don't have very much to work with. Virtus.pro have managed to eke out another buy, and they should actually be able to lead this up to a solid base of economy built up, because a go doesn't seem to be wanting to buy up too heavily. They've got a deal on Caper, but beyond that, really negligible investment coming through, negligible killing power coming out from the CT side. Rushing forward, PHR, USP at the ready, could find a few. PHR finds one, Mihu though, trades it away. Neatly, Snacks is there with another one. They're cleaning it up very nicely, but they've lost a few players. If Caper can get one more, then this would be well worth it for the CT side. Virtus.pro will continue to go in towards his Deagle, and Bialy will remain unscathed. Oh dear, that's a chunky nade from VP. Again, it's interesting to see a go going for the early 4-man stack onto the A side. It's something you see from a lot of teams, but Virtus.pro doesn't seem to be realizing it in a timely fashion to exploit it with a fast B take. If you rush down ramp, then you can potentially sometimes catch off a couple of those. If you take down the man and connector, then it's immediately a 5 versus 4 retake. Even if you don't, you've still got yourself a solid chance with a lot of utility left in the rest of the round. So VP, that would have been interesting to see from them. Wow, though, opening up nicely. Furlan's down and out, and 12 backs off. Disciplined play from Virtus Pro. They get the pick, and now they wait for a Go to be the ones who make the move. Now, the question is, do a Go plan to play passively? Because they don't have the utility to do that. They're relying entirely on aim. So instead, if they want to make a few pushes, try and even up the playing field slightly more. Try and make it so VP can't just trade their way to a victory. That's where we start talking. And well, here we go. Sparrow's found one, and now VP take that as a sign to move into the site. Mihu almost taking one down. Sparrow actually does manage to find a second casualty as well. Snacks falling to the AUG. Snatchy pushing forward with the AWP. Twao himself is a bit too low to be the man to take point, and PHR could be the one who makes Virtus Pro unravel. PHR with one, looking to turn around for two. Twao is out. Snatchy is the last one standing with an AWP, and that AWP has been shed to the ground to be picked up by a Go. PHR barely managing to get that one off the ground. Another pause coming through. Hopefully it's not another technical one. And Go has been having some issues. We saw the disconnect earlier on as well. But this does give us some time to talk about what's been going on so far. Virtus Pro have been looking well, I wouldn't say... They've been looking a bit like a pendulum, honestly. They're going from very disciplined to suddenly being caught out repeatedly. So you saw in the previous round, Sparrow was able to get the initial kill towards Ivy as VP did start to push through towards him, and despite that knowledge, Sparrow was able to get yet another one. VP not quite concentrating their utility properly, perhaps as a result of waiting till the last 25 seconds, to be honest, but it's just interesting to see. Now, they are going for a slightly heavier gamble towards the B side, it seems like. And it would pay off if they want to go in early. Twao has got himself a Molotov. So you always have the chance of being able to molly off that bomb if a Go is sloppy with their smokes. But it seems like VP won't be given that chance. The Go so far have been quite disciplined. And as I say that, it seems like they might be using a few of the last ones. Grubby and Furlan the only ones left with one apiece. Grubby now needs to be able to get down a few. Snatchy almost taken down. Snatchy's got the bomb and he will be planting it. Nice grenade, could be catching him off though, and yes it does. The bomb does go down initially, and Bialy coming in from the side. P250 to the head. Grubby is out of the game. 4 versus 2. No more Molotov, but there isn't... Oh, they can pick up that Molotov. That would still be big. Remember, they don't quite have... Oh dear, that's unfortunate. They didn't have a smoke left on them, but it seems like Virtus Pro don't really have that much luck working out for them. A Go, just making sure they can pick up any deagles, any pistols that they find here or there before they do go for the defuse. Bialy had a very clean shot, which allowed VP a slightly higher chance and really did push a Go to spend a lot more money, and that's visible in their wallets right now. If you look over towards the money they've got, this is very close to economic breakdown. If VP is able to get 2 rounds in a row, then a Go has got nothing to... It's a big if though, and that if does somewhat apply towards a Go as well. VP, loss bonus may be building up, but there's only so many rounds left in this. Caper. Information given out. Blood has been spilled. Snatchy with an ungodly shot to PHR. Very close range. Straight to the... Sparrow still waiting. This A side's been a particularly tough nut for Virtus Pro to crack. And Sparrow, well, right now, here's quite a bit of the reason why. He's been getting a few kills here and there. And the grenade shot through Sparrow. has to wait for them to move in. Bialy's out. Furlan waiting for Snatch. Right here, Caper 2 is giving him some backup. Caper, though, he himself needs no backup. He himself is going to be able to take control of the team entirely. 5-3 Virtus Pro. Suddenly look like they're losing some semblance of control. A go with double ops picked up. This is where the money-making rounds start. This is where you start to see VP losing more and more players. Now, the question is if they realize that VP is as diminished economically as they are. Because right now, they've gone for pistols, and a response to pistols being a double op is probably a weak one. VP are... Oh, dude, this is actually a very smart play by Virtus Pro. I don't know if they've read the double op, but if they go for a full-on wall of smokes towards the A side, the double ops are going to be forced to push through. You put yourself in a position where, as a pistol, you're facing down an op that's pushing through smoke. That's a fight you take any day of the week. Now, VP, they're going to be going close. PHR is up top the green train. He's actually managed to get himself down to a more defensive position. This is questionable, but indeed, this is where he starts to take that eagle-eyed view once again. He's got 2, looking for 3. Tao does get taken down, so no bomb plant coming out in this round. Bialy and Mihu getting 1 apiece. It seems like they're still looking to keep this war going. Bialy taken down by Furlan. Actually, it was Mihu who got 2. It wasn't 1 apiece, but Furlan finding the kill over there. They keep both ops alive. A go keeping the money flowing. Virtus Pro. Again and again, you're seeing them being schooled by other Polish teams, and this really is a bit of an insult to the Virtus Pro of ages gone by. If 2 years ago someone told me that VP could potentially even be the 3rd best Polish team, I would say that they've got absolutely no idea what they're talking about. Not to say that it goes better just quite yet, though. Caper is looking to prove that, and well, this time Twao doesn't get away to safety. Showing those legs off does get him VP still. So far, they haven't managed to get a bomb plant a single time towards his ace. And a lot of that has got to be put on the shoulders of Snacks. He's only got 3 kills across 9 rounds. PHR keeps an eye out. Mihu gets taken down. Sparrow is the first one to crack open the head of a Virtus Pro player on the A side. PHR peeking out. Nice little shot onto Snatchy, who can't finish the job that his teammates started. 5 players kept alive. Again and again, a go are being given too much ground to work with. Now they've got over $5,000 across the entirety of their team. Virtus Pro. Quasi by. Off to B they go. Furlan is waiting though, and this is a change of pace. Grubby's playing much more aggressively, so Furlan, the second he gets a spot, then Grubby's gonna start freaking out. There goes Grubby. Grubby's got 1, Grubby's got 2, and it could have been 3, but Furlan decides to back off, and so does Grubby. They're trying to be a little bit more conservative, but Grubby doesn't care. It's 3 so far, and this is looking like a retelling of the first round where he started things off with a beautiful ace. But is Virtus Pro going to give him that opportunity again? Absolutely not. Snatchy and Twao have made their way to the A side. They've said that at the very least we're not going to give them more of a confidence boost. We're going to let multiple players kill us. And that is what you call strategy. They're not hitting their shots. They're being caught out early by very fundamental setups. You really have to ask yourself, how do they come back into the game at this stage? Money is working out all too well for the CTs. Snatchy's been caught out over here as well. He does take down PHR, but now that the information is gone, it's only a matter of time before he himself is the next casualty, and Sparrow will indeed guarantee that. 8-3 Virtus Pro. Again, money is there for a buy, but what can they change to change the result of their rounds? I'm kind of hoping this is a tactical pause from VP. Snack still on 3 kills. Across the last 3 rounds, he hasn't been getting anything for his team. Not even a lot of information, honestly, when you look over towards how he's been positioned. And it really goes to beg the question about what in the world were VP thinking when they bought Snacks back from Mousesports after seeing his performance. I mean, on one end, it makes perfect sense. I'm sure they got an absolute steal of a price considering how much they sold him for. But at the same time, you have to ask yourself, if you're looking to be competitive, is Snacks the player you want on your team? On the other hand, though, you've got PHR who's doing fantastically. I'm not going to count Grubby quite as high as his scoreboard might suggest. He's at 13 kills right now, but remember, 5 of those were in the pistol round ace. So as far as his impact over time, it's been slightly less than PHR, but regardless, both of these players are doing incredibly well at maintaining control of their respective sides. PHR has been playing so incredibly dynamically around that electric box towards A side. And Grubby, I mean, we've seen him time again just tying up any loose ends that VP have managed to actually get open towards B side. Grubby comes in, he's got his sewing kit. He starts just sewing away, leaves a little bit of bow on top with a few more headshots, and at the end of it all, he's barely got any deaths as well. 13-4 before he disconnected right there. Of course, to those of you who are tuned in, who are wondering what exactly is going on with Team 1 versus E United. Well, Team 1 absolutely demolished E United, and now they're going to be playing up against Envy. That should be a fun one, but you know what else will be a fun one? Whatever's going on this stream. So you know what? Wait for the first game, and then, then that's where you start tuning in, saying, you know what? This is where things are really heating up in the amateur scene. This is where you're seeing potential major contenders coming up in the future. And yes, we are talking about a Go. Seems like it's a technical issue coming through. There's always some risk that you run in these online games, and you know what? It's a problem, but at the same time, there's always some advantages. There's always a little bit more of an upset potential coming through from lower tier teams. There's slightly more capabilities as far as how well they can play. There's less pressure. You can really see a couple of younger talents just blasting off to infinity and beyond. Thankfully, there is a reconnection, but Grubby doesn't have his utility. This might be a problem for the match medic. Hopefully the reconnection should be soon. Rather, the resumption. But that being said, we'll be back very soon. Just gonna throw the music very quickly, and as soon as we see the game resume, we'll be right back here.
You make me feel like home. You turn around, I feel the breeze over me. You watch your dreams unfold. Let it come around and let it breathe over me. It's time to go away into the light. I feel the calming energy. I see the darkness coming, and I'm calling you to help me set me free. I'm calling for you. I'm calling for you. I'm calling for let's get it back.
I'll take a chance and let you in. Just take my hand and take me home tonight. We defeat all impossibilities. Yeah, you and me. We'll take our hearts and run free into the Say the word and we can run around the earth and around the sun. Say the word and we can stay together, that better place. And I know you're healing, 'cause I know the feeling. The streets stop breathing. I don't wanna let you. Say the word, say the word.
I give in to the lesser fight. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes.
I hope all of you were able to get some energy back because you're gonna need it. A Go versus Virtus Pro. Let's get straight back into it. 8-3. Grubby's been dominating despite some technical issues that he has been having to face. But we've got Match Medic up in this game. We've got everything we need. And right now, we've got ourselves a couple of players going very quickly to establish some positioning towards the A site. Now, Ivy has been left largely uncontested by Virtus Pro. Bialy instead going in quick, finds one, Capers out, and now Bialy has got himself that Molotov to try and block off anyone from taking the post up next to the bomb train. However, PHR, got to keep an eye out for him. He's coming in from the side. He wants to keep on pushing through, and he's got one more. Bialy out of the server, and now 4 versus 3. Twao smoking off. Ivy does know that there's a player coming over from that side, so now suddenly things could have been slightly easier, but Grubby wants to make them all the more difficult. Twao, though, from beyond the grave can still burn Grubby alive to a crisp. And, well, Sparrow, he takes down Snatchy, but Furlan is the man to keep an eye out for. Both the AWPs able to clean up. Virtus Pro being forced out, courtesy of the utility being used by a Go. And that's the problem with going for a very fast take of a site, which is what happened right there. Bialy was able to start things off strong, but that's when suddenly you're facing off against a CT site that's got full utility, that's got full incendiaries, full smokes. They can continually block you off everywhere. Combine that with a Go getting a few great shots in. PHR, Grubby, both of them chiming in with some good kills, and that's where suddenly Virtus Pro's seemingly successful offense becomes an incredibly unsuccessful defense. Sparrow's been tagged down to 14 early on, and at the very least he's got his life to play with. Grubby. Oh, Grubby. What are you looking for, Grubby? You're looking for snacks in the smoke? Seems like you're going to be given that chance as long as you pull the trigger right now, but the action is happening on the other side of the map, it seems like. Grubby, look at this, that grenade could be straight to his feet, and Snacks barely dodges the damage coming through from it. Twao, though, in the meanwhile, has gotten the bomb towards A, and it seems like Virtus Pro might finally have been able to get themselves a small victory in this round. Mihu still holding the position, needs to get that kill. Capers down and out. Grubby now in a 1 versus 4. Does he want to go for this? Doesn't seem like it, regardless of their monetary situation. Wants to be careful. Snacks finishes him off, though. Double lob out for a go. Berlin and Sparrow. They've been able to maintain that for so long. They've only lost it once, I believe, and that once was in the previous round. So Virtus Pro, they still want to be able to drive one more round home, making their last round of the half much easier, having a much better chance heading into the second half. Sparrow, though, with 2 quick kills, makes it all the tougher for VP. Remember, VP themselves just won a round, and although they've got good money on 3 of their players, that doesn't mean they've got a full buy in their hands moving into the next round. So this is an important one for them as well. This could be the difference maker between 11-4 and 9. Sparrow still waiting. He could be given a third shot very soon. He sees the shoulder, barely seeing the hip. Actually, Snacks gets himself away to safety. Snacks himself picking up that AWP. PHR moving through, scouts out me. Who knows, with 40 seconds left on the clock, there's not much that they can do. So Caper instead gets aggressive. It's a double peek out, but they're not quite able to get too much work done. Caper's getting wary of a push to come through from Pop Dog, but doesn't realize that they're all concentrated around Olaf and teammate. Mihu comes through from the side, needs to be able to find a few quick kills. Now it's a 1 versus 5. Ferlin and PHR do take him down. Mihu is strolling down. He's got a few shots in front of him. 2 is there, 3 could have been. But it is Caper to finish off the round. 8 seconds were left. Regardless, VP were forced into a corner and the clock was not on their side. 10-4 and a go very quickly, looking to make it 11. Yawns are stacked against them. But they've got 3. What is this read coming out from a go? They're expecting a very fast take of the B site, and well, that flashbang will keep them wondering what's going on, but it actually will be quite a bit of Pop Dog presence. PHR has got so much work to do. There's 3 players inside Pop Dog, and this is an interesting... Because now you've got 2 players from the CTs actually wrapping around from Pop Dog. You've got yourself Ferlin and Caper coming in from the side, and Grubby trying to come through from connector. So VP could find themselves completely pincered in. Snacks needs to find this 1 kill, and he almost misses that as well. Throws out the smoke, but Grubby is there to trade it away. So the favorable advantage still taken away by the CT side. 4 versus 2, Bialy and Mihu on complete opposite ends of the site. So Bialy's left on a 1 versus 4. Barely gets a pair off the diffusal, but that won't be helping him as Grubby comes in from the side, provides the backup that was needed, and that will be an 11th round to come through for a go. Virtus Pro not looking too hot right now. Twow's playing the grubby angle from the previous half. If he can get that ace as well, that would be nice to see the start off. But Twow instead cops a bullet straight to his head. He's got a kid as well to work with, but unfortunately Caper's taken him down. Not quite the crisp, clean headshot that we saw coming out from Grubby. There's 2 players coming up from upper box. Mihu finds 1, looking for 2. Ferlin could be caught out, but Ferlin's proving to be a bit too elusive. He's picked up a USP of his own, so he's got that firepower equalized. However, Bialy will be the one to win out that duel. Snacks as well coming in from the side. Bialy keeps on going, and now you've got Sparrow from long range, from up top, from the scaffolding, who will be brought down. Bialy and Mihu able to clean up house. 11-5, Virtus Pro with a good start on their CT side, but Ago did get the bomb plant, don't forget, so they're going to be coming in force in the next round, and they even have that option of buying up a couple of AKs and going for 3 guns in this one. It seems like that will be the case, as Sparrow himself has got that AK-47. Well, what? They're going for 4 players with about 2,500. Sparrow's got an AK. Keep your eyes on him as he's actually heading down Ivy. Snacks, who's gotten so aggressive, could be caught out very easily. Sparrow, it's all on you. You've got the AK-47. You've got everything to work with. Snacks has got 1 kill, but Sparrow could look for 2 as he gets flashed up and will back off. Still, a 1-for-1 trade that early on would be incredibly good if Bialy had not scouted out that bomb. So you've got slightly more information given away than you would have liked to on the side of a Go Esports, but Sparrow still has got that AK-47. He can drop it over to PHR or Grubby if he wants to do so, considering the fact that his HP is no longer as high as it was once upon a time. Snatch you with the MP9. He's waiting for Sparrow to push through. He's very wary of this. Snatchy could be caught out though. Sparrow peeks out too quick and the Go's got another kill for themselves to work with. Sparrow needs to lose the gun, but he loses it in the worst possible way. Grubby picks up an AK and Furlan coming through from the side is able to get one more. 2 vs 3. Twow's out and Bialy's left in 1v2, and those two will be overwhelming and will be too much for him to deal with. 12-5. A Go may have lost the pistol, but Virtus Pro lost the war as they were unable to really take that forward into the second round as well, get themselves some economic foothold into this map. And now instead you're completely reset. You've got 2 scouts, you've got a Deagle, some CZs, and really nothing much more than a prayer to work with. Snatchy still saving up for the AWP just in case they end up losing this round, which is more likely than not. Nice shot from Bialy though, great way to start things off. Telling the naysayers that they can say all they want, but those bullets will always strike true. Four versus 5 a Go. Not in the best of situations, with Caper having been tagged down as well. Caper is the one with all their utility, so you can't afford to lose him too early. A minute left on the clock, and they're going for an execute towards that A side, it seems like. Should be interesting because Twow and Snatchu, who are both pushed up as aggressively towards the back of B, might be met by PHR if they want to go for a wraparound towards the Pop Dog area. Instead, though, Twow backs off. He's got himself that CZ Kevlar to try and play short range. PHR might need to push through the smoke. He's only got 35 seconds to work with, waiting for some information from his teammates. 12 dodges a flashbang, finds the first kill. That's Caper down and out. That's a low HP player gone. Very important to get him out of the picture. Still, the 2 vs 5, doable from a Go, but very difficult. PHR, though, making it a 2v3 very quickly. 18 seconds on the clock, and Grubby is now facing danger from all sides. Unfortunately, it is the side right in front of him that is occupied by Snacks that ends up taking him down. VP once again will be facing off against a Go with a single AK-47. That's in PHR's hand this time around. Sparrow's not picking it up, and for less in the way of armor on the rest of their players. Only Furlan with a Kevlar. Snatchy's got an AWP to try and play around with over towards his B side. Now, if ramp is blocked off by a smoke, then things become slightly different. Nice flashbang actually prevents him from doing anything whatsoever. They don't even need to use the smoke just quite yet. BHR's got a smoke. He could choose to defuse those fires, but decides against it. A secondary incendiary. Great timing. Good job. 2 kills. Snacks with that grenade, with the incendiary, with a second follow-up. This is such good utility usage by Virtus Pro. They're just preventing the bomb plant from coming through. They had a player coming through from the cold train side, coming through over towards the top of scaffolding, who would have prevented any plant from going on towards the eastern side, and the western side, as well as on top of the bomb train itself, was completely occupied by flames. That is so good to see. Snatchy. He's in a very crucial position, needs to go back towards that. With a minute and 20, a goal's going for something different. A lot more utility being used, seeing what they can bait out from Virtus Pro, and it seems like so far they can't really bait out too much, except for some panic from Snacks. As he gets taken down, Snatchy's found one, Mihu's managed to make it two. Snatchy keeps on going though, and it's a 4 versus 2. Go Esports are losing their lead a bit too quickly. They don't have their wits about them, and VP, well, they're cool as a cucumber. And that cucumber is one that will take down a few more players. Twao to be the death of a Go. That pause really didn't work out in the favor of a Go. They were so dominant early on. Grubby especially was doing so incredibly well. He was at 13 kills then, and now ever since the resume, only having had 4 kills to his name. He's definitely slowed down a little bit, and part of that goes to the fact that he's playing T-side and it's slightly more complicated, slightly more difficult to actually manage to get something like that done, but he absolutely needs to start picking up. And here we go. Full execute seems to be the name of the game, but there's 4 players in the A site for Virtus Pro, and one of them's already peeked out. That's Mihu, who's caught them setting up for the execute. Mihu is preventing anything from happening. Virtus Pro is looking like a completely different team in this second half, and well, that second half is being dominated right now by them. This CT side looks so fantastic. Bialy finding another one. Snacks even getting a little bit confident, but perhaps that confidence was somewhat misplaced. Mihu, 3 kills for him, and what a way to clean up that anti-eco. A Go not able to get more than a single kill. Snacks does go down, but the rest of his teammates have got more than enough money to be able to really just carry him through, spend some money on him, throw over a couple of guns here and there. Rounds might not be enough as a Go Esports are being pressured. They don't have much utility even now, and again all they want to do is try and take over that A site, but it's not working for them all that well. They've changed things up with a lot more pressure over towards Ivy, but they still need to take care of Mihu, who has been the stallion defender, the guardian. 58 seconds on the clock, and they need to start rushing. Snacks is still considering how he needs to play this a lot more aggressive than perhaps he would like to be. Incendiary in his hands. Great timing. 40 seconds left on the clock. This is going to be limited to just one angle, and Snacks is covering that. He's got one. Can he get more? As Ferlin comes out from the side, Snacks is able to step up and look for 3. Gets the job done as Bialy finishes off Sparrow. Virtus Pro make it to double digits in style. Ten to 12 and a Go. Well. Oh dear, look at this. A Go very fast take over towards the B side, but Twao is waiting, and Twao's got 4. Twao's looking for 5. Well, Spiro tries to get some revenge for his teammates, but is completely prevented from. as it will be a second ace on pretty much the same area. Grubby was slightly further back and did do it in a pistol round, but you know what? An ace is an ace regardless of the importance of the frag. One round away from equalizing. Virtus Pro are looking dominant over here. This is where veteran smarts and veteran spirit really starts to show. When they're pushed against the walls and when they're still able to keep on grinding their a minute and 12, and you'd think that the game is stopped beyond a few grenades that are being chucked forward. Snatchy's been flashed up entirely. He's backing off. He can't quite do much over here. He needs to make sure he keeps himself alive for the post-plant situation because Wow will not be there to help. Snacks does even up the scoreline, but the bomb is now down. Snacks finds even more. 2 kills for him so far, and he's still hungry. There is a man on top of the site. That's Caper playing away with a flashbang in the air. PHR able to get one more, so it's still a 2 versus 2, and there is that one Molotov. Remember, there isn't a smoke in the hands of VP, so the incendiary flying through is going to be problematic for them as well. But Snatchy still on the move. He's a cat, this one. Just moving forward. 5 seconds left. Needs to get this shot, needs to make sure he's able to get the job done, but at the end of the day, a go prevent the equalization. Virtus Pro are still behind. Ago's found some success towards B. They've been very consistently hitting A again and again. Whether they think that this is a recipe that they can continue to cook up is still something we'll have to be a bit more patient to find out. Twelve's got the ingredients. He knows what he needs to. He's stirring up a storm right now, waiting for a go to push into his crosshair. That incendiary could be the bane of their existence. Snatchy with the opener takes down Furlan. Snatchy looking for more. He can actually drop down easily from the ladder, but decides to stay up on top, stay a little bit more at risk of being taken down, but risk comes with reward. Wow, now moving through, finds one more. Caper's been sidelined. Grubby and PHR, the 2 stars, are still looking to get the job done, but the only job that's done is going to be a nice little paint job to cover up all the red on the floor, on the walls, and everywhere on the bomb site. Virtus Pro up to 12 and a go have been reset at the worst possible time. VP could very easily snowball off of this and take themselves away to a very quick victory where they had absolutely no business having a win. They've managed to bring things back in the second half. In times of difficulty, a go going back to ye old faithful, the A site. It is going. Sparrow and Caper still. So far, they've been unable to really take control of Ivy effectively beyond just a single round, and that really goes to show how well VP have been playing this. Because Ivy is generally one of those places where unless you concentrate 2 players over there with some extra utility to actually help you out, you can't consistently keep a hold of that. So a go, either they've been doing a bad job of exploiting the lack of 2 players many a times, or Virtus Pro have just been varying things up and making it so difficult to read just enough. Now, that being said, VP's been playing a lot of this 4-1 split up setup that we're seeing right now as well on the screen, with only 1 player over towards B site and the other 4 towards A, which makes it slightly easier to take control of Ivy, but still credit where it is due. They are able to get the bomb down at the very least. It seems like that will be the only comfort they have, but it's a big one as it means they've got quite a bit more money to work with in the next round. Speaking of money though, Virtus Pro are now going to be sitting at above 10,000 on 4 of their players, at least before they do buy up more utility. This is money for days in 13-13. VP have managed to equalize. And they're feeling the heat. They're feeling the sweat drip down the back of their neck. Wow. Much more aggressive this time, but he hears the footstep. He knows he needs to take down Ferlin. He knows there's more, and he's got both. And now with the grenade, it could even be a follow-up for even more successful frags. Still pushing through. Snatchy's there to give backup. Snatchy's there to finish things off. 3 kills for Snatchy and 2 for 12. This was a complete cleanup. A goal should be facing off against match point after this round. Snatchy. Been looking fantastic. The second half, can't say the same about a goal. Snatchy, well, speaking of looking fantastic, just as I said that, he barely misses a shot. Clips PHR, but it's through the wall, so not quite the full kill. A go. Thanking their lucky stars for that one, but Snacks is still there to make sure that their lucky stars have got nothing to say for that. Snatchy taking down more and more, as it will be a 4 versus 2. Ferlin and Caper left to deal with all the trials and tribulations of the world. And well, Ferlin, he's got heavy shoulders right now. No bomb to make them even heavier at the very least, but I think that's something that he's not particularly grateful for. Very close to landing with some good shots. Manages to get at least Snatchy. Goes up to the high ground, trying to prevent himself from getting burned to a crisp, but that prevention will come with Beani's bullets to the chest. Two SGs, no AWP for a go. Last chance saloon. If they win this, they still have one more round to deal with VP. VP's got so much money, they could probably force buy 3 rounds in a row. Not force buy, rather just full buy 3 rounds in a row. And still potentially have enough money to buy one more. Unfortunately for us all, that means that they've got no chance of getting an advantage, but you can't say the same about Virtus Pro, who already have pushed to go to a point where they can't afford an AWP. Biali is the man to keep an eye on. There's 2 players coming his way, and he's found one. Has got information on the other, and that's important, but Grubby and Cape are able to find 2 of their own, which means that VP are now at a huge disadvantage. 12 coming in from the side, looking for a man on top, hoping to find Caper through the smoke, but he himself is now going to be slightly unlucky in that department as he loses his teammate Me, who's down 12 against 3, and 12's got such a massive job to do without utility to help him do it. 12 moving through, picks up a flashbang, but will that really be helping him out particularly much? I really seem to doubt it. 12 throws out a flash, but Sparrow from the side brings him down 15-14. A go, even keeping 3 players alive, but still not enough money for that AWP. Double off setup. Snatchy and Snacks. They're pulling out all the stops. Snacks has been very good so far with an AUG. I don't know if I would want to switch him over to an AWP at this hour. Mihu is holding Ivy yet again, where Go do have 2 players position over. If this is the round where they end up losing Ivy control, then Mihu will be kicking himself. Barely. Last time he wasn't able to get both those players. This time Smokes will be blocking him off. He's not getting any luck, but he doesn't need any luck. He needs bullets to connect with the terrorist side. And well, so far Snacks is the only one getting those. 2 kills for just 1. Grubby though responds with 2 of his own. Still a 3 versus 2 in the favor of Virtus Pro. Grubby now alone. Needs to pull off that ace clutch, but will be unsuccessful. VP take it away 16-4. And what a way to be able to seal the deal. Of course, that being said, we've got one more game in the works for you. Virtus Pro is done right now, but we've got some more Counter-Strike lined up very shortly. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. This is Tea Time, and I'll be very back with more.